I've been one of the biggest opponents of the ESG agenda and the stakeholder capitalism agenda in this country for the last 3+ years. You want to know why? It's not just because it ruins companies, though it does that too. What it does is it ruins our democratic process itself. It says the guys who wield the money, firms like BlackRock, large companies, they're the ones that get to settle political questions that we ought to settle through the political process itself. And the reality is, I really don't like the influence of money on politics. That used to be a left-wing slogan. Somehow much of the left has forgotten about that. I think we in the GOP need to lead the way to say we're going to be the party that keeps money out of politics. I think we can lead the way. I think we got to start leading the way in this presidential election, because you want to know what happens? I've seen it firsthand now as a candidate. What happens is, even though there's a supposed maximum of $3,300 per person for the primary that somebody can give you in an electoral cycle, so be it. That maximum is fake, because the reality is most of the money that will flow into this presidential election comes through super PACs, the multimillionaires and billionaires who are really pulling the strings. I now see firsthand what that looks like. And that's why I want to say I want to lead this race by saying that I will call on our party to reject super PACs during the primary. It's impossible to be the only candidate doing it, because every other candidate could then have that much more money to spend. But what I will do is I'll make a pledge to say that I will encourage my super PACs or anybody else to stand down from raising or spending money if every other candidate, major candidate certainly in this race, joins me in saying the same. And the reason we can't ban the super PACs is because Citizens United said that there's a First Amendment right for an independent group to spend their money, fine. But what we can do as a party is at least stand by principle. And what I would say is, whether you're Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis or anybody else, join me in saying that we're the party that keeps money out of politics. And let's lead the way in this country to actually make a pact as candidates to say that we will discourage and not even accept the help of super PACs in this process. That will help us restore actually the integrity of our constitutional republic and the beginning of the end of ending the corruption of this process.